snow down because there's snow down in Maui. It's about 5 or 6 years ago. Get dragged up into so we fly from Trimble, so you get dragged up south of Hermosa Creek, but north of the Turtle Lake Valley. So just into no man's land, and this is February, so January, whatever it is, and you get a couple kids, and just come down like into the pinions, and had to get choppered out with the kids. And then had to...
George Chase, is this yellow balloon close to me, above?
No, it's way above you and to your south. Oh, take that back. There's also an orange and yellow balloon just to your north, but neither of them are directly above you.
I'm gonna keep climbing, but let me know if I'm getting close.
10-4. Tie you up. Actually, I didn't even move this. Just hold this open for a minute, because after I tie this rope up, I go to the other side and start milking it out to get the air out. It closes up again, but it feels much longer.
There it goes.
Oh, that was a deep one. In Paris, so these two guys named the Montgolfier brothers. And the Montgolfier brothers own a paper factory. They're hanging out in the paper factory at night, drinking some champagne, shooting the shit at the campfire. And as they're sitting at the little fire they're having, they're throwing all the scraps from the paper factory in there, and they're seeing that the scraps, as they burn, float off up into the sky. So they think that it's the smoke making that happen. Not the heat, but they're close. And they think, oh, maybe we can harness this power, harness this smoke to create flight. So they build a scaffold, and over the scaffold, because they're paper factory guys, they build a big sack of paper. Paper must have been much higher quality back then, but not. This isn't like little shitty tissue paper. This is like big burly paper. So they make this big burly paper sack over the scaffold, build up a fire underneath it, and they're throwing all the junkiest stuff they can find in there because they think it's about the smoke. So they're making this black sooty smoke, filling up the sack of air that's up on the scaffold. And so they're going to have the first flight, but they are like, okay, well, we're not dumb, so let's just throw a chicken, a sheep, and a duck in there the first time. See what happens,
And we have dinner.
Yeah, exactly. Something really bad happens, we'll have some roast duck, it'll be fine. So they put the chicken, the sheep, and the duck in. They cut loose the balloon because they had it tied down. And it goes and floats off over the River Seine, comes crash lands in some farmer's field. And the farmers, they're all out there, and they're thinking, what the hell is this thing coming out of the sky? It's billowing black smoke. So they go out, they think it's a dragon, they stab it up with their pitchforks, and ruin the thing, but the chicken, the sheep, and the duck escape. And so, so Montgolfiers are like, okay, this actually works, like the chicken, the sheep, and the duck made it, we should try humans next. So they build up they use the same scaffold, build up another big sack of paper. And this time they told people, because it's going to be the first human flight. So they bring out, all of Paris comes out, and they're all there to watch the flight, and they do the same thing. They have it all tied down, because there's not going to be any ability to add heat when you're in the air. They just have to add as much heat as they can on the ground and cut it loose. It'll fly off and come down wherever it wants to. So they're about to do that, and they're like, again, like, okay, we're not dumb. So let's just go down the street to the Bastille and grab some political prisoners, because it's the time of the French Revolution. Nobody cares about political prisoners. Grab them, put them in the basket, and again, like it's kind of like using the chicken, sheep, and the duck. Nobody will care.
Yay, political.
So you go throw they get the political prisoners, they put them in the basket, and just as they're about to cut it loose, and everybody's out, these two other guys come out of the crowd. They're like, whoa, whoa, whoa! You can't give these scummy political prisoners the honor of having the first human flight. Let us do it. We're rich dudes. We deserve it. We deserve this. That's how I imagine them saying it. I don't know what they actually say. That's how I imagine them saying it. So that guy's name was Pelletier, and his buddy, we don't remember the buddy's name, but Pelletier is the reason for the word pilot, because he was the first pilot. Even though he didn't really have any control, but that's where the word comes from. So they put Pelletier and his buddy in the basket. It's not a wicker basket like this. They have some sort of little contraption. Cut loose the ropes. It flies up over the River Seine again, crashes in some other farmer's field. But again, the farmers see billowing black smoke coming out of the sky and a big sack, and these two dudes that are all covered in soot, but they look human because they're all blackened by the soot and the fire. So the Pelletier and his buddy, they have to run, and the farmers come out and stab up the envelope again. So the Montgolfiers, who are still financing this whole thing, the Paper Brothers, they're like, well, this is starting to get expensive because every time we do this, we have to build a whole new sack of our most expensive paper. So that's where the champagne tradition comes from, is that you actually are supposed to carry champagne to give to a landowner as a way of saying both like thank you, but also as a way of saying we're human. We're human. We're from France, because no one else except for French people would have champagne. So it was partly a way of showing, yes, we're really human, and also just like a gesture of goodwill.
And did Pelletier live? I missed that part.
Oh yeah. I don't know for how long.
Not an important detail.
He lived at least through the first flight. We don't know about the second flight.
Yeah.
First flight he lives. And so then the Irish heard about the drinking in the morning part and like, okay, we want a balloon too. And so, but they also added some Catholicism, naturally, which is where the balloonist prayer comes from, the mix of religiosity and drinking in the morning. So Hannah's going to do the balloonist prayer, and then that at the end is when you do your drink from your knees.
Oh my god.
Because drinking in the morning is legit if there's like a prayer.
Raise your glasses. May the winds welcome you with softness. May the sun bless you with warm hands. May you fly so high and so well that the gods join you in laughter and set you gently back into the loving arms of Mother Earth. Cheers!
Cheers! Cheers!
Do I have to do this
You
on
have
the
to
ground?
kneel and take it in your mouth. Come on.
Sorry. I definitely can't have a hat on for this.
You can do it.
You got it. You got it. I did that for the people driving by.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Go cat.
Go
cat.
Go cat!
You can do it.
Yeah. Oh, you don't have to drink all of it. Yes, you can drink that right.
I'm slowly sipping.
It's her style.